What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the WichitaPromo podcast with your host, EKM. I'm up here at TempleLive today in the Egyptian room, and I got another special guest with me. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi guys, my name is Alexandra Simone, and I'm owner and operator of Ikigai Art House as well as the 316 Project.
That's crazy. I still don't think I ever knew how to pronounce that.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't say like it's an older where I think it's a newer concept, like Japanese philosophy, but it just stands for like reason or purpose of being.
Okay, yeah.
So creativity would be kind of like my purpose, I guess,
Hell
is
yeah,
what I
for
ran
sure.
with.
How did you start up the 316 project?
So I would say that the project was born from a recent realization that the city actually has talent.
Yeah, definitely.
So I've always been a big music person, but I never really branched off into exploring what we had in the city.
Yeah,
Was never really big into shows. I'm very introverted, so my energy gets spent pretty easily being around like large groups. So the idea of concerts always kind of freaked me out. Prior to 2022, I'd probably count on one hand how many shows and concerts I'd been
yeah,
to. But I would say once I got hired on at TempleLive, which is 2022, I got hired on for a variety of different roles, and I got to experience, I guess, concerts in a new way that kind of just opened my mind up a little bit, and it
yeah.
inspired me to want to see what we had in the city. And fast forward to like fall of that year, I went to ICT Fest,
Yeah.
and that's when I really started to see like, oh shit, we actually have hip hop in this city. Like I didn't know that like at all, and there's actually like I was impressed.
Yeah, yeah.
So just over time, I've been going to different shows, chopping it up with people, and I realized that if there was a certain level of ignorance with me, then that probably had to be the case with the rest of the city. Unless things are just thrown in front of people's faces, they don't necessarily have a desire to, I guess, explore
Yeah.
and dig and get to know like what's actively going on here. So I guess through that ignorance I decided like, all right, I was initially going to do maybe like a digital zine. I was going to sit down with people, came up with an initial list of like 18 to 20 different artists that I really fucked with, and ended up switching gears because I was in school at the time, and I was like, people don't be reading like that. So
Yeah, for
I
sure.
decided to dive into doing video interviews. So that's really how it came about, was just, just trying to not be ignorant to what's going on in the city and just trying to show more love and support.
Yeah, yeah. Which ICT fest was it that you pulled up to when you realized the hip hop scene we
The
had?
2022 one. So
Okay,
I
yeah,
think, I made it out to Kirby's
yeah,
and Wave was hosting. So that's where I learned about like Lalo
yeah,
and FYI and some other figures.
yeah, for sure. What how much do you think the scene has changed since you saw it back then?
Um,
Like I had this conversation with Lalo Bandini and Willie two times at that Lighthouse show that we did, the Sun Jam.
yeah.
We were talking about how I feel like 2-3 years ago the sound in the city was a little bit different. It was a lot more. We still have it, but it was a lot more like trap and drill oriented. Whereas now I'm starting to kind of see more of that smooth underground wave pop up and become like a little more acceptable in the city.
For sure. I feel like there's probably only so much that I can speak on because, like I said, like I'm still getting acquainted with the city, and I would
Yeah,
definitely credit a lot of my knowledge to you at this point, just because of how much you are involved and help circulate music.
yeah,
So you've definitely put me onto a lot of people, but um, I feel like there's definitely a good variety
yeah,
right now. I think more people in general, I think the culture around hip hop is kind of changing where they're kind of getting away from certain subject matter and portrayals. It's just not, I guess, air quote fashionable right now. So I think more
right.
people are getting a lot more comfortable in trying to find like their own lane, creating their own sound, which is perfect for sorry. Which is perfect for oh my god. It kind of like derailed me a little
Oh,
bit.
you good? We were talking about like the sound of hip hop kind of changing in the lyric content.
Oh, because we're in Kansas, we're in the middle of the US, so it's a
Yeah.
lot easier for people to like take influence from pretty much everywhere.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? So it's like you don't have to box yourself in. I know it's easy to feel like you have to do certain things because you see certain artists, achieving virality like online and okay, well this works, so I got to do this. Like no, it's actually possible for you to really like hone in on who you are, what's authentic to you, and be able to find your way. So,
Yeah.
there's definitely some growth, and I hope that we continue to grow. So,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Is there any artists that you haven't interviewed yet or haven't tapped in with yet that you still want to on your interview platform?
I still have a number of artists that I have to get to from my
Yeah.
initial list. Like I need to get back with Chris Soap.
Yeah.
I've talked to Wisdom, Bodaway. I need to get Keontre on here still. Debonair Devon. Like
Yeah.
I still have people that I'm initially trying to work with, but I've had a couple other artists reach out that are interested, like Willie Two Times. I've talked to Paris Jane. So she raps a little bit, but she's
Yeah.
more on the R&B sector, which is definitely another area that I want to tap into because I
Yeah.
don't see a lot of R&B vocalists in town for whatever reason.
I don't either, and I don't know if I'm just out of the loop or if we don't have any, but we need more of that.
I also don't see a lot of female MCs like period.
No, not at all.
I
Yeah.
think I'm aware of Miss V in terms of like
Yeah.
active, and I've seen maybe a few other names pop up that I think I've seen on was it Come Through Tulsa and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
some other
Hell yeah.
platforms, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ignorant to that as well. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've got people reaching out. So I'm pretty open to interviewing most people. I think as long as you're not a menace to the society and
For
you don't
sure.
have any like weird allegations and
Yeah.
charges against you,
Yeah.
I'll probably end up talking to you.
Yeah, I feel that. How do you like choose the questions for everybody?
So ultimately, I pick people that I feel display a certain level of passion,
Yeah.
determination, consistency, just within their craft. I'm really drawn to people that like give a shit. So,
Yeah.
people who take their craft seriously and put their all into it. But I feel like also are very personable and have like a good spirit. So when it comes to questions, my thing is like when you look at a lot of hip hop platforms, I find like personally, and this is no disrespect, like you're going to do what draws in views and makes you money, but I find that a lot of hip hop platforms are very low vibrational, honestly. They're very trashy, they can be very negative. I
Yeah.
feel like they reward a lot of bad behaviors, so it encourages people to present a certain way, because they know it's going to get people's attention because of like how out of pocket they are sometimes.
Yeah.
So my thing is I really just wanted to give a space that was going to be a lot more positive and was going to also spark necessary conversations
Yeah.
potentially. A big part of this platform is exploring the concept of community. I feel like a lot of people deep down want that, but we don't necessarily know what that means and what it takes to actually operate within community. I think a lot of people want the benefits that come with it. So I'm just hoping to spark some more conversations, get people a little bit more open to the idea of, just continuing to like work on yourself and being down to like collaborate. But I just wanted a space that was going to be very positive. And
Yeah.
another big thing for me is artists are human beings. And I feel like artists get dehumanized a lot and they get commodified in a way where listeners kind of objectify them and feel entitled,
Yeah.
that they don't get what they want. Like, they're really quick to start degrading the people that they were just showing love to, days ago, because they're not getting what they want, or they think the artist should be moving a certain way. So I just want to give a space for artists to be themselves
Yeah.
and to make people realize, like, I'm still a human at the end of the day. Like, there's feelings and experiences attached to this craft. I'm not just something to be consumed.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fire. It's there's a lot of like a negative accounts in Wichita. Not to call any out or anything, but I hate seeing how many like TMZ-ish pages there are in the city right now. It's kind of
Yes.
gross.
It's not conducive to anything, and it just really cheapens the experience. And I think it makes it really easier for people to want to be to themselves, because, like, you can't really trust people like that.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
feeling like you're having to, like, watch yourself all the time because, like, I don't know, like, people are gonna take things out of turn and make you a spectacle. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
definitely fuck y'all if you're gonna treat me like that.
I don't think I guess to the people that are running those pages, they probably don't care. It's
Oh,
just like a
no,
selfish thing, but
for
it
sure.
drives me crazy because first of all, I'm saying this, stop doing police work. I should never be scrolling through my Instagram and see so and so ran up on so and so on Douglas and blah blah blah. Why the fuck am I seeing this on Instagram? Quit doing police work, mind your
Yeah,
damn business.
we don't like cop behavior.
Second of all, like it's such a bad look on the city when I see rapper tagged jumps, rapper tagged, and shit like this. And then like you don't see all these venues in town are seeing that and then thinking like we don't want to fuck with local rappers.
Yeah,
You
that's why
make
you guys
all of
aren't
us look
getting
like
shows.
shit.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
getting shows because you don't know how to conduct yourself
Yeah.
and regulate your emotions. Like,
It's
I
corny.
I can understand, like, you don't have to be in community with everybody
Yeah,
by any
for sure.
means. But a lot of people simply just do not have good conflict resolution skills, and
Yeah.
they're very emotional, they're very reactive. Just saying, I don't like to generalize or put people in boxes, but the fact that I've been in a lot of male dominated spaces,
Yeah.
and people always want to, like, give women shit for being, like, reactive or, doing certain things. I see it a lot within, like, the guys. I really do. And you
Yeah.
guys need to tighten up for real. It's not a good look. I know ultimately, like, you are an artist, but you're also a brand at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to fuck up your bag because you don't know how to treat people, and you're putting a bad taste in the mouths of venues and promoters. Producers don't even want to work with you, videographers don't want to work with you. Like, you're
Yeah.
stopping yourself before you even get going because you just don't know how to move around. Like, you don't have to like everybody, but just don't fucking deal with them.
You just act like a fucking adult about it. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. It's wild. I'm kind of glad you touched on it a little bit. Now that you say it, I've always kind of thought about it. What's it like being like a female in this kind of space, this hip hop local scene? Cuz I think about it like this. If you know me, you know that I've been in a relationship for 8 years and I think about like my girl's into camera work. I don't want my girl shooting rap videos. Like I know what goes down. I pull up, these dudes are waving guns in my face, doing drugs, all kinds of shit. I don't want my girl in that environment.
Yeah.
I go to these clubs. I know homegirls and shit who have told me like, oh yeah, I used to work at this club and I got drugged this many times. This happened, this happened, this happened. That should be scaring me. I never thought about that. As a grown man, that's something I've never grabbed a drink in a club and been worried about getting drugged. It's just never even slipped my mind.
It's definitely possible, but I would,
Yeah.
to your point, I don't feel like that's something that guys genuinely, like, have to worry about.
Not at all.
So I would say so far my experience has not been too bad.
Yeah.
And I would say, and this isn't to gas myself up, but I guess because the type of person I am and the relationships I've been able to establish,
Yeah.
I know that I have people in this community that are willing to protect me and make sure that I'm good.
For sure, yeah.
So I'm very, just based on my upbringing and what I've been around, I am a pretty cautious person anyways. I guess if anything, again, because the type of person I am, it can be really easy to talk to me. So I think sometimes people let their guard down and they
Yeah.
kind of let some of that ugly out, and then I might be side-eyeing them a little bit
Yeah.
because it's like, okay, like that's real, but now I feel like I gotta watch you a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, overall, it hasn't been too bad, but it can be kind of stressful because, like, again, men are looked at as being more not as emotional, more
Yeah.
regulated, logical. And then when you see that it's not, it's just like, okay, like my safety really could be in danger at any moment because somebody could just be like, you looked at me wrong,
Yeah.
motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to deal with that at all.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's something I thought about one time when like I said, when I was talking to a homegirl and she told me her experiences at the club and how
Mhm.
often I'm in the club.
Yeah.
I'm already an anxious mess. Just who
Right.
I am. Like I'm awkward. I don't know how to talk to people. If you see me at a show, I'm the dude that's like looking over my shoulder the entire time. And
Where's
then
the
I was
exit?
like, yeah, when she started telling me, she was like, I can't even take a drink because people have drugged me. I was like, I've never even thought about that stress.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine adding more on top of already the anxiety of the club.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I definitely do your part to protect those around you. I
For sure.
mean, like
Yeah.
that's men and women. Just respect the spaces,
Even
you
yeah,
know.
even just like even when you're at like local shows and shit, like be friendly with people when you see them alone. Cause I've been in there with like
It probably took a
artists
lot of
that are like
courage.
very new and they're just in there by themselves. I'll always try to like chop it up with that dude and make him
Yeah.
feel like you got a homie in here. You good?
They're doing something new. It's probably anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
Definitely like yeah, at least say hello, ask who they are, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
make them feel welcome. I think it can be kinda cliquey
Yeah.
here in Wichita, but I'm sure that's just like anywhere. I haven't as an adult, I haven't lived anywhere else, but like I hear the same things. Like if you're not in with certain groups,
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
gonna get a cold shoulder for whatever reason, or people act like you're non-existent. But again, like you said, like just acknowledge people. You treat them like human beings. Watch their back because you would hope that somebody be willing to watch your back.
Yeah, for sure. How did you get into photography? Did that start off with the events?
So I've always had an interest in photography, probably since I was like 13 or 14.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually get like a proper camera till I was in my mid 20s. Um, it was just like a Canon T3 or whatever. So definitely
Yeah.
not professional by any means, but definitely a good DSLR that for like practicing and learning as a beginner. Um, but yeah, there's always been an interest. I've always been a creative person, but um, I think as I got older, I think there can be pressure to be super amazing. And if you're not super amazing and you're not wowing people, it can make it difficult to want to like stick with things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mainly just did family portraits for like my family friends, and I've always been into like nature photography.
Yeah.
I've always been into film. So, yeah, I think just getting the job at Temple really like took things off. So 2022 is really like when I got started with doing like house photography and doing the concert shows. Um, and that's what I love the most is doing concerts and events. And it's because like there's a certain energy and connection that you're able to capture on camera when you're doing candids and
Yeah.
interacting with like crowds and people on stage or just people just doing what they love in general. I do love portraits. They do have a place in my life and I do like some of the artistry that can come with that, but they're not my absolute favorite. I feel like everybody's trying to be on their sexy right now and be
Yeah.
models and trying to commodify themselves, which I don't fault people for because it's a good way to potentially bring in money and bring opportunities. I mean, if you're hot, you're hot. Like, I guess make it work for you, but that's also like the least interesting thing about you, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, looks fade.
Those pictures are like so competitive and difficult to me too right now.
The portraits.
Portraits and like the modeling type shit.
Oh, yeah. It's very saturated.
Yeah.
And I mean, like technically, unless you're and they're trying to get signed, but most people are not signed, but they're really
Yeah.
like loose with the model monikers. But um I don't know. Again, like it's good money for in terms of like sponsorships and deals. Um it's good money for you as a photographer, like
Yeah.
commercializing yourself and helping people commodify themselves. That's what's actually paying the bills. It takes a long time to actually start making money off you doing like real creative direction work and doing what the fuck you want to do and not what everybody else wants you to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you what type of camera do you use right now?
I have a Sony A7 III,
Okay.
which is considered a beginner mirrorless camera. So that's why I chose it, because I
Yeah.
figured it'd be easy to like work and learn.
I love it.
Um,
This is a so this podcast is shot on an A7 IV. Only reason I got the 4 is because it allows you to shoot like longer videos.
yeah,
I needed
because
some for the podcast.
yeah, because the 7 III has a cap off like a little bit before 30 minutes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I know Hamza and a few other creators here in town, they also have A7 IIIs and they've done music videos
Crazy,
on
yeah.
them. And it's honestly, I will say this. I think I enjoy the video component more on Sony than I do the actual like taking photos.
Yeah,
I kind of miss working with Canon. So even though I didn't have a professional
yeah,
camera, some of my favorite pictures I ever did was on that camera in particular, and I kind of want to be able to invest in a new Canon body and kind of go back to that.
yeah. I feel that. I mean, sometimes it's more about like your creativity than the actual like the quality of the camera, you know?
Most definitely. I was talking to Angelo about this actually. Like,
Yeah,
it's easier for kids to get the best equipment off rip.
yeah,
So like I'm just using like what I have. I got blessed, honestly, when it came to this camera.
yeah,
My mom helped me out, so good looking out, mom. Uh, you have to work with what you have, and it's really, I guess, I understand the excitement around equipment, and I think there's other creators in town where like they're a lot more experienced than I am, and they haven't been able to upgrade or anything like that, but they feel like they're limited for some reason because they have old equipment. And like
yeah,
you got some old heads that like still go back to some of their old equipment because they still really enjoy the work that they're able to do.
yeah,
For me with doing like the interviews, I've never done video work before. This was like me really taking a leap of faith and doing something new, because personally, I don't like being I don't like being uncomfortable with things, so I'm real apt to like throw myself into shit and just try it to see if I can do it. If I don't like it, I don't have to do the shit again.
yeah,
Um, but I'm like, well, I only have so much in terms of, mic equipment or lighting. So if I just waited around till I got all the best equipment, I could be like months or years out,
yeah, for
and
sure.
I'd rather just get started and, be able to improve as I go. So
Yeah,
it's just a learning experience. I think like for anybody that's interested, if you have something, just do it.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I just take pictures you love too, of
Yeah.
stuff you love. Because one thing I realized too when I was trying to really get booked with the photography,
hmm
it's so competitive because if we're being honest, it's not about your skill or the quality of your pictures. Everyone takes fucking great pictures now.
Yeah, it's real easy
Yeah,
to
it's
do.
like there's so many amazing photographers in this city. If you're going to this specific one, it's because of their personality. It's really just about the relationships you build.
That's why you have to
Yeah.
be a good person
Yeah.
and don't be fake.
Yeah.
Don't don't
Don't
use
dig in
people as a
people's
come
pockets
up.
too fucking much.
Yeah, don't be
Yeah.
pocket watching and doing all this weirdo shit. Like just be a
Yeah.
decent person. And like again, like we're both introverts, but I realized that some of the opportunities that I've been able to land is because of how I treat people and how I interact with them.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what has encouraged me. Is just like, okay, like I may not be the best, but I have had some, people up there in terms of like photography and videography, and they're like, you're doing great work, keep
Yeah.
it up. And that has been so encouraging to me, because like I have people closer to me that like they're not interested in me as a creative, and
Yeah.
like I've had to navigate that and try not to be sad about it, but lean more on the encouragement that I'm getting from people that don't necessarily have like a huge connection to me.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, like if they're peeping me and like I'm getting the props and, people keep, talking to me and interacting with me, like I just know more opportunity is going to come. I just have to have like the faith and continue to do what I'm doing.
Yeah, for sure. No, your pictures go crazy and you pop out more than probably anybody in the city. Like,
Thank you.
I don't see too many people as consistent as you. Like, I've been seeing probably since that ICT Fest. I
Hmm.
saw you at Kirby's. I've consistently seen you at events ever since, and that never happens. And I'm not gonna lie, like there's been people that pop up and have a couple consistent months, and then they just kind of disappear. You've stuck around and you've like really popped up and showed love to artists and worked for like years at this point, and it's
Yeah.
hard to do.
I I really like I love people's stories. I
Yeah,
love getting to know people and who they really are. I love being able to appreciate people. I definitely pride myself on my ability to connect with people and show love.
yeah,
I've just always been that way. I'm just really good about like circulating information and actually putting people's names in conversations. Like, oh, you're looking for this? I know a guy.
yeah,
You need like a goods or service, or hey, there's some events. You've been saying that you're bored, so I know plenty of shit that you can do.
yeah,
Because it literally like I don't feel like I'm expending too much energy to do that. I put it out there. If the person wants to do something with the information, that's totally up to them. But like, I know that at the end of the day, like, it's nothing for me to show love
yeah,
to people. Um, I don't always get an equal exchange, but again, as you get older, like, you just kind of learn how to like move around and put your energy into like other things. Cause like,
yeah,
I could be super jaded about it, but I would just rather not. But I definitely appreciate the props on that. I definitely feel like I'm getting better and better as time has
yeah,
gone on, like with the photo work. And I know for me as a consumer, I just like being able to feel things when I look at art. I
yeah,
like I want it doesn't even have to be good feelings necessarily. Like I just want to feel something different. I want something to be long lasting in my mind, or I'm like thinking about it like a few days later, weeks
yeah,
later. It's
yeah,
just imprinted because of like how impactful it was. And that's not to say that everything I do is like that, but that's the mindset that I have and I want to be able to impart on my art, and it's the type of art that I want to interact with.
yeah,
Um there's a lot of talented people here, but I know for me a lot of stuff it's like it's either like a good photo or it's a bad photo, but like I don't feel anything. So like I'm really hoping. Do you know who Eddie Legacy is?
I do. Yeah,
He's probably one of the
yeah,
most creative people
for
in the
sure.
city that's willing to like always step outside of the box. So like we need more Eddies and we need
Yeah,
people who aren't afraid to like do some weird shit just because.
yeah, 100%. Eddie, I need to pop up to one of his fashion shows.
I know he's currently working on doing a montage
Yeah,
event out in Kansas City, but he did
that's
just
hard.
have a Western inspired one not too long ago. I was not able to attend that one. I went to his
Yeah,
first one, which was really fun. He had a lot of great support. But I'm really excited to see what he does. But I know he's
yeah.
actually just starting to get back into doing photo shoots.
Okay,
So
hell yeah. I didn't even know he did that. I knew about the fashion shoots and I know he makes music.
yeah, no, he's
Yeah,
a photographer as well as
super
creative
creative
director.
person.
So
Yeah,
if anybody needs any help with staging their photos, or you want to do something interesting in your music videos, hit up Eddie for sure.
yeah, yeah. The fashion scene in this city is going crazy right now. I didn't know about that until really recently, and Eddie was one of the people that I got put onto first.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it's like him, YBG,
Yeah,
Nina Winter with the tissue sewing studio. She had a really good fashion show that I got to take photos out at Walker's Jazz Lounge.
yeah,
And she's really dope. She's very creative and out of the box. She does a lot of like research and incorporates a lot of different like eras and aesthetics into her work, pays
yeah,
homage to, so many things. She's a chef and really just really dope. I want to get more familiar with like more of the artists. I think there's I don't know if there's like a ICT like fashion troupe or whatever.
yeah,
They
yeah,
they
yeah,
occasionally also do like fashion
yeah,
shows. So I want to That's also a plan. I plan on interviewing. I'm trying to interview everybody in all creative mediums, honestly, as well
Yeah.
as just community advocacy and education leaders. Like I'm really trying to, I'm trying to talk to everybody. I
Yeah.
swear.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. How did you get into I know you do like movie reviews and stuff on your Instagram page.
Yeah.
How did you get into that?
Well, I've always been a movie person.
Yeah.
I was actually one of the rare babies that didn't freak out and cause a ruckus. My
Yeah.
mom could take me to the movies and I would just be just transfixed. So it's always had a place in my life. And the reviews, I think, is probably just more of a challenge to self because like I really enjoy watching movie breakdown like essays on YouTube. And
Yeah.
I like when
Yeah.
people can kind of like decode things and I like watching like director commentaries and I really just wanted to learn how to talk about movies in a more like articulate way cuz
Yeah.
I can be very technical. Again, I can engage with movies as if I was entertained or I wasn't, but because I want a little bit more, I'm looking at like how the movie was shot, you know, usage of colors,
Yeah.
shadows, lighting, sound, actual composition, looking for those Easter eggs that directors will put in there, you know, to kind of like speak to certain things. I just I love everything about movies. So
Yeah.
again, it was just a challenge to self to learn how to like speak to it on a more articulate, deeper level. And then in general, I'm just trying to work on my writing skills a little bit because I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
eventually I want to dive into doing my own like short films
Okay.
and like
Yeah.
visual type content. So
Yeah, for sure.
just an exercise for me, something to do.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite movies?
Oh my gosh. I've prepared a list. I won't ramble on too much, but let me see what I got for you. So, probably The Thing from the
Okay.
1980s with Kurt Russell is probably one of my most favorite creature feature films.
Yeah.
I could watch that all the time. I don't care. I'm really big into the Alien franchise.
Yeah.
I like aliens, so aliens, predators, that type of
Yeah.
things. I'm into the Planet of the Apes movie, like franchise, Godzilla, that type of stuff. But my litmus test that I give people, if anybody ever asks me, like, oh, what movie should I watch? I Saw the Devil. It's a
Okay.
Korean thriller. It is probably hands down the greatest revenge cat and mouse movie you will ever watch in your entire life.
Yeah.
It is long, but it's fast paced. So you won't even realize how much time has like passed because of like what has transpired. But it's a great dive into the breakdown of a person's code
Yeah.
when they have been wronged and they lose somebody that they care about, they will go to the ends of the earth to punish whoever did the deed, basically.
Yeah.
Hands down, one of the best movies. If you haven't watched it, please check it out. Don't do it dubbed. Suck it up. Watch the subtitles. Dub is
Yeah.
trash. Definitely that. I'm big into anime, so I like Spirited Away and a lot
Yeah.
of the Ghibli films, Akira, Perfect Blue. Again, if you're into thrillers, that's more of like a serious, fucked up anime.
Yeah.
Super trippy. Definitely watch that. Paprika's pretty good. Shaun of the Dead. If you want something a
Yeah.
little goofy, I can watch that every day. I don't care. Blade Runner. The Witch
Okay. Yeah.
by Robert
That was crazy.
Eggers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't even lie. I watched that like super fucked up, like when it first came out, and it was just like changed my life for some reason. It was like such a good execution, like on all fronts.
Yeah.
Um, and then The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the Clint Eastwood
Okay.
Western. I'm all
Yeah.
over the place, really.
I
So
haven't seen the majority of the stuff you just said.
please watch them.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll send you the list.
Yeah. I watch the dude who made The Witch. I watch most of his
Yeah,
movies.
Robert
I fuck with his
Eggers.
shit. It's always just really interesting looking.
Yeah.
Even if I don't like the movie, it's fun to watch the first time.
No, most definitely. I think he's a more recent because The Witch was actually his debut film.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
That was a knockout
It's a dark
debut.
ass movie.
Yeah. So I wasn't so fussed about Nosferatu, but he's got a
Yeah.
werewolf movie that's going to be coming out soon. But like, I'm rocking with dude. I'm writing it out. So he's
Yeah.
definitely one of my favorite directors right now.
I didn't hate Nosferatu. I didn't think it was great, but I didn't hate it. It was alright.
It annoyed me in a lot of ways, and
Yeah.
Olaf was kind of funny to
Yeah.
me. There were so many memes that came out about it, but
Yeah, for sure. I didn't. Yeah, the like reveal of his body kind of pissed me off in the end. It looked too corny to me. I was mad about that shit.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Was there any like recent movies that really stood out to you in a good way though?
In terms of like recent releases, because I'm not that great about going to the movies,
Yeah,
I'll bootleg.
it's kind of yeah, it's kind of hard to now that it's like so easily accessible for free.
I'll bootleg with a swiftness.
Yeah.
But I would say Sinners. I mean, that's probably
Okay.
overhyped at this point,
I haven't
but
seen it yet. I don't watch shit.
honest, like, so I don't want to overhype, but I definitely got something out of it that, you know, I think a lot of people did that kind
Yeah.
of goes beyond the film when it comes to just like Black lineage and Southern roots and being disconnected and
Yeah.
just kind of navigating the stronghold of like white supremacy basically. But even outside of the deeper shit, I think it was well executed. Outside of new releases, I did watch Lady Snowblood the other day, and that is a Japanese film that came out in the 1970s, I think
Yeah.
1973. I didn't know this going in, but it's a movie that deeply inspired Quentin Tarantino for Kill Bill.
Okay. See.
Did not know that going in, but when
That's
I was
my
watching
shit.
it, I was like, this seems like something Quentin Tarantino would enjoy. And then
Yeah.
lo and behold, I did some research and it is.
Yeah. See, that's fire. I don't really watch movies too much. I enjoy movies, but I have ADHD, so like it's really gotta grip me.
Yeah, you got to be in the mood
I
for
have
it.
to like be doing some shit while I'm watching a movie damn near unless I'm really into it.
Yeah.
But Kill Bill is definitely one of my all-time favorites. I love Kill Bill.
Tarantino's the GOAT.
I would say like my top 3 would probably be like The Big Lebowski, Kill Bill, and like Pulp Fiction or some shit.
My mom said she didn't know anything about the Big Lebowski. She's like, I
That's
see it
crazy.
around like all the time, but I just never had the need to watch it. And I was like, I love that
love
shit.
that
It's such
movie.
a good movie. I was like, my mom's British, so like her sense of humor is
Yeah. It's a very stupid fucking movie, but I don't
yeah.
think I've ever seen a movie that was more perfectly cast. Those dudes were supposed to play those roles.
Yeah.
That shit was perfect.
No, it really was. It really was.
Yeah. What do you think about like the local movie scene going on right now? It's a lot kind of coming out really fast.
I am still but a babe in my knowledge.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited that we do actually have a culture for it.
Yeah.
Of course, we have Tallgrass Film Fest. I've attended once. I really
haven't
want
been
to
to that
pride
yet.
myself on trying to go. I know they do like package deals where you can get like X amount of movie screenings and access to certain things. But we've always had people doing film here. We've always had documentarians. Like there's always been people doing shit. We have film races, all of that. But I'm excited to see more from Troy. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see more come from the Braves. I'm just excited to become more aware of the different film production companies that we have here, period. I like that so many people are going out and doing something new by like actually going to casting
Yeah.
and getting casted or getting put as extras or just for the experience of it. I really admire that. And I've told Troy like one of these days I might show up to a casting. I haven't done theater since high school,
Yeah.
but I almost want to challenge myself to do something.
You got me doing it this week.
Yeah.
It's going to
Big
be
dog.
awkward. I'm going to feel so weird because I've never even done it before. I don't know what to expect.
But you got to pop out and snooze though. And I feel like
So
you did
it's
good
kind of
on that.
weird. So like, I don't know if I think I've said this on camera, but I'm not sure. So Troy's first movie was The Seeds, and I popped out to be an extra in that. I was just like walking around the background of the movie throughout. And that was cool. That was like my first experience on a set. I kind of sort of got to see like what goes down.
Mm-hmm.
So I popped up to do the same thing on Snooze. And then one of the shoots, when they did the speed dating thing, one of the dudes couldn't make it. Like he had to back out of his part like super, super last minute.
Tapped
Like
in.
10 minutes before they were supposed to shoot. And Troy was like trying to figure it out. And I think he had somebody else, but he was kind of maneuvering people around. And he was like, E, you want to say a couple lines? And I was like, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to say no.
Ooh, yeah.
I didn't know what my part was either. I didn't know shit.
No, I feel like you did well, honestly.
I hated it.
No, you did so good though.
It was my first time ever like actually like trying to deliver lines in a movie, and it was super like last minute, and it was so awkward because usually you're trying to be natural in the movie, so like
Yeah.
I'm reading the script, and then in the scene like it's you and me talking back and forth, and we're like running it.
Yeah.
This was me looking dead into the camera. It was so fucking weird.
Into the soul.
Like my part was literally like trying to flirt with Sophia's character.
Yeah.
But she's off camera, and I'm like looking dead into the camera, being like flirtatious.
Hey,
and like,
girl.
I was like, this is so fucking awkward.
You want to get out of here?
It's a whole room of people behind the camera laughing and shit. I was like, oh my God.
No, I'm glad that you did that though.
Yeah, it was cool. I was glad to be in it
experience.
for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No,
yeah.
you should definitely go to the next casting. I hope you get it because it's gonna be an action film, so it should be a little bit like more serious.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I think you just have to remember that like you're not yourself. You're a character, so it's like you can do so much with it.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily the character I thought I was gonna go for.
It's like,
But when I was
would
reading
hate
through
people
it-
like this in real life.
Yeah, when I was reading through it, I was like reading through the characters, trying to figure out like what could I pull off the most. I was like, I'm so like anxious into myself.
Yeah.
And then I read one of the characters, and it was like struggles with PTSD. And I was like, damn, that's probably me. I got that one.
Got that in the bag.
I could be the anxious dude that's just like bugging a little bit.
Yeah.
I got that. Yeah. But we're gonna try for it. Have you seen the trailer for Blair that he just released?
I have.
Looks crazy.
Yeah, so I feel like they had a teaser for it a long time
They
ago.
did. Yeah, I was in that little teaser.
And
it was
then
cool.
Troy, Malik, and
Yeah.
Angelo put on a little panel out
Yeah.
at the Wichita Art Museum. So they got to display trailers and some of their bodies of work. They took a few questions at the end, but they did actually showcase
Yeah.
wait, did they showcase Blair? I don't know. Anyways, Blair popped up online, so I know that
Yeah.
for sure. But yeah, we saw a few different trailers, but I feel like Troy's got like
He's got a lot.
it's like 5 or 6 projects he's trying to knock out before
Yeah.
the end of the year.
Yeah,
Like
he's going crazy.
he goes hard.
Yeah. Did you watched the Seeds and Snooze?
I did watch Seeds.
Yeah.
I went to the premiere. I helped do photos on
Oh,
that.
yeah, I
and
remember
got
that.
to
Yeah,
I got to watch,
Yeah.
and then I watched Snooze on my own time.
Yeah.
I think Troy said that the Seeds movie specifically has ended up in like the top or like most
Yeah.
popular movies like 6 times on
It's gone
Tubi, which is
crazy.
like unheard of, especially in terms of like independent films. So I just want to give like a big props to like
I wanna
Troy
say
for that.
It's sitting on a YouTube channel too. There's like a Indie Rights Films or something like that on YouTube that posted it for them and like distributed
I
it.
think they're up to like 5 point
Yeah, it's like
something
5 or
million
6
views.
million. That's
Yeah,
fucking
it's-
crazy.
That's so amazing. He's doing such great work, and
Yeah.
he's doing it out of his own pocket. Just because, like, in a lot of larger cities, they actually do kind of like credits of sorts. Like
Yeah.
they're willing to allocate to production companies to kind of like help fund their project.
Yeah.
We don't have that
Nah,
here. We
not
don't
at
even
all.
have like 500,000 people here, so they sure as hell don't have anything like that. So like
Yeah.
this is all off Troy's back, and when he's able to like acquire, sometimes
Yeah.
you can find grants and shit, which I'm sure he's explored and exploring, but
Yeah. Now I've told this before, so it'll probably annoy people that have already heard it, but you all right. When he filmed that first teaser for Blair, I was there so there's like a scene where somebody like pulls a gun super fast, and that was me. And it took way too long to shoot that little split second scene. But I saw like the process and how much he was putting into it. Cause there is a scene where Mercedes' character in that little teaser. Mercedes is like in a car and it flips. Like she gets in a wreck and the car flips. And in order to shoot that, he had his camera on like some shit that they built. It's on like this rig where the camera's like mounted like this and it goes boom into the car and then flips the camera. And I was like, I don't even understand how the fuck you built that. That's crazy.
That's
You
dope.
putting work into this.
Well, you have
They
to.
figuring it out.
You have to. And
Yeah.
here's the thing, like, there's two camps when it comes to movies. Like, you have people that just want to make movies to be making
Yeah.
them. And then you have actual students. So you
Yeah.
have people that are willing to study like directors and cinematographers. And, you know, they're always looking for ways to be better and to
Yeah.
be more efficient in their work, to be able to put across things in a much better way. Like, you really do have to care about what the fuck you do. A good chunk of Hollywood right now is just them like jumping on old IPs because they're too lazy. Because they're like, well, there's guaranteed money because
Yeah.
it's an
Yeah.
idea that's already been around. So they don't want to do original
I'm so
concepts.
sick of that shit.
They don't want to pay people. So it's like, I don't know. It's kind of weird because it's like you have so many people that fucking complain about this type of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just like, again, you have so many talented people in your own city, but you want to be pretentious about like, why would I want to watch anything from my own city? Why would I want to listen to the music of people in my own city? And it's just
Yeah.
like, y'all suck for real, because I love a good come up, because like, I think if anybody has the potential to like get where they want to be within the realm of film, it'd be Troy. Like, he has huge
Yeah.
aspirations, and I really believe that he's going to achieve those because of
Yeah.
just the amount of the effort he's putting into it, his faith, the teams that he's been building and
Yeah.
working with consistently. It's going to happen for sure. But like, stop being lame and check out what your city has to offer. There's
Yeah.
a lot of amazing people here. My thing is, like, a lot of people are really bad about like needing like a cosign, I guess, in
Yeah.
a way. We can go on back to the like the music side of things. You know, it's like, unless you have so many views and such an impact, like, people don't want to know you. And I was just like, bro, like, I grew up in a time where like you wanted to be pretentious about that shit. Like, oh, I was listening to them before they were cool. Like, you wanted to listen to obscure
Yeah.
shit. You wanted to find obscure shit that nobody was into because it was like a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Now, like, people like, oh, my homie said it's cool, I guess I'll check it out. Like, you don't have any
Yeah.
real curiosities yourself. Like, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that is crazy. That's wild. We were just talking about it. I just got the notification on my phone, casting call reminder. Shout out to Troy.
Message.
That's crazy. I'm super excited to see what he does next because I really enjoyed Snooze. I think it's going to be cool to see him venture off into like now a horror movie and then an action movie. I'm curious to see how he approaches those completely different vibes.
Yeah, comedy and romance in general is like very difficult to do.
Yeah.
There actually is a lot of horror based content in Wichita, but he did
Yeah.
say that like comedy, romance, and action are the genres. Shit, even like sci-fi and fantasy for that matter.
Yeah.
Like, it's just horror, I guess, is a lot easier to do on a low budget compared to other things. So
Yeah. I could see that, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know shit about movies still. I'm just figuring all this out. I got my camera right here. To me, buying this Sony, and you know how much it is. I'm not going to say the number. They're pretty expensive.
yeah,
These Sony
just
cameras.
the bodies alone, you don't even get
That hurt me.
lenses
Yeah.
with it most of the time.
That hurt me trying to get this set up right here.
Yeah, I bet.
And then when I popped up to the movie sets and I'm starting to see like $30,000 cameras, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is crazy.
It's like, this is just a drop in the bucket. I do want to give you some props though. You're probably one of the hardest working people in this city, and
I appreciate it.
you
I try.
also show a lot of consistent love to people. Just, you do a lot of shit like off your back, you know, you don't ask for a lot, so I
Yeah.
admire that. I feel like I can definitely see your growth in your photo work and
For
your
sure.
video work. Keontre just dropped a music video that you helped with the other day, and that
Yeah.
like, I know he did the editing, but that
Yeah.
shit was like very cinematic.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was a fun one to shoot. Keontre is really good at planning his shit. Like, There's a lot of artists, and I have no issue with it because I enjoy having creative control and shit too.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of artists that'll hit me up and I'll shoot some shit and they have no clue what they want to do. They just have the song. That's dope. But Keontre, every single time I pull up, he's like, this is the message I want to get across. This is how I'm trying to do it. I want it to look like this move. Like he's got it all. And that helps me so
It
much.
just makes it a lot easier, like when you have
Yeah.
a plan. But I think this comes down to like, are people students? Do people have good communication and comprehension skills?
Yeah.
So like a lot of people want things, but they don't know how to like explain what they want.
Right.
They don't
Yeah.
have the words for it. Y'all need to start reading books. It
Yeah.
definitely helps with your vocabulary. It's not a diss. It just like, it's a skill set. You have to keep building on that because like
Yeah.
you're never going to get what you want unless you know how to explain it. People are not mind readers. And I understand like the excitement of just like, yeah, bro just knew exactly what I wanted. I didn't have to say shit. Like
Yeah.
that is cool, but it's not going to happen in the majority of cases. Like people
Yeah.
are going to do what they can get from you in terms of the information that you provided.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
we love a man with a plan. We love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think one thing that I kind of, this is just my personal taste. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not. But I really wish there was more like creativity in the Wichita music videos right now, in hip hop. I should say in
I
the
agree.
hip hop scene. Like I feel like right now it's a lot of like cut and paste, just like very typical. We're gonna rap into the camera and then we're gonna throw these crazy transitions. My arms are flying
I
off.
feel like it's
It's
adult
like-
Coco Melon. Like
Yeah,
I feel
yeah, it's a little
overstimulated.
boring at
Yeah,
this
it's
point.
just like
It's-
really quick cuts.
Yeah.
And then
Like it's not. I don't know that there's too many in hip hop that I can like cite. But when I try to think of like a local artist that does it, Frank Sativa's videos are
Yes.
crazy creative.
Yes.
And shout out to Owen Mills. I'm pretty sure that's who's shooting them.
Yeah.
I know he shot I'm blanking on the name, but the one that I love the most with the crazy cinematography. There's motherfuckers skateboarding and like fucking slow motion.
that was a really
That
good
shit's
music
crazy.
video.
Like, I just want more like creativity in that shit. Just give me some dope shots. I don't need to just have like constant fucking effects thrown at me. Give me just some cool looking shit.
That's what they're consuming though. I think we've talked
Yeah.
about this before when it comes to like making music. Like if you don't branch off and listen to other shit, you're just basically
Yeah.
going to make what you listen to.
Yeah.
So I think it might be like that's what they're consuming.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, they're not going
For
out of their
sure.
way to actually find artists within hip hop or just music in general that are
Yeah.
going above and beyond with their visuals.
Yeah.
I will say my other complaint, not to be offensive, but y'all need to start getting some ladies in your music videos. I'm tired of seeing
Yeah, for
dudes
sure.
with a bunch of guys hopping around in the back. It feels kind of weird to me. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
So I will say though, from a male perspective, it is so hard to get females to pull up and support if we're not paying them. That's the only thing.
Fair.
They'll be like, oh yeah, $500 to pull up in the music video. I'm like, that's more than I paid for the music video.
Well,
No.
I've done two.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna show up to shake any ass by any means. I don't do that, but
Yeah, nah, just like it's hard to get people to just even pull up. Like I've even said on the podcast, and I feel weird even saying it, but it's the truth. I've had people hit me up and be like, "You don't have very many females on the podcast." I'm like, "That's because they say no constantly." I be hitting females up all the time, and I don't know if it's like just I'm hitting up people who just don't want to talk on camera, or if it's like a weird like gender thing where they don't feel comfortable. But I'm like, I be hitting females up all the time and getting no call, no shows.
it might be a comfort thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I was excited that you asked me to do this. I know we've talked
Yeah.
about it like in the past, but you know, now I'm actually like working on something, so I was able to kind of like speak to that. But
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, hopefully this can show people or you know, show other women
Yeah.
like it is cool. Like
Trying to talk about your work.
yeah, like he's
Some real
yeah,
shit.
he's got a girl. He's not worried about any of that. Like
Yeah.
for real, like he really just wants to talk about what you're passionate about and what you're bringing to the city. Like
Hey,
don't
I
be
will
shy.
say, shout out to Wizard Mac, because the amount of times that I sat in his studio for an hour waiting on people to pull up just to no call, no show a podcast
Oh my
and be like,
God.
yeah, my bad, bro. We can go home. We just wasted an hour.
There's no respect
That
for
shit was
other
happening
people's
so
time.
often. If you can't pull up or you're not comfortable talking or some shit, just say that. Just be like, yeah, I don't think today's the day. Cool. That's fine.
Yeah, communication really does go a long way. So like you
Yeah.
said, like I know for me, I've I'm just now, I should be dropping my 7th episode
Yeah.
here shortly. And that's going to be with DeCapital.
Let's go. Yeah.
And then I've got a few other interviews that I'm working on before I start like rescheduling. But I had to put something out there that
Yeah.
you have a 3 strikes you're out rule with me,
Yeah,
and
for
that's
sure.
not even on like
3
no
is
hater.
very fair.
Yeah, that's super fair. And listen, I'm a very understanding person.
Yeah.
So if life is lifing, I understand. You just have to like, you don't have to tell me all of your business, but like, hey, like something has come up. I don't feel comfortable. I had an artist, like they've had some loss, and I was like, bro, go grieve. Like this is not important, like in the spectrum of things. Like, please, like get better, get into a good headspace. Like you have a spot, like don't worry. But I've had some people like no call, no show, or there's been like consistent cancellations. And then I see them online doing some other shit. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I understand it. You want to go hang out with your homies, but like, if you didn't actually want to like do this, like, don't agree to it. Cause like, there's other people I could have like taken care of for the day. And you just kind of derailed my whole day because you are on some bullshit a little bit. So like, if you no call, no show me, or you keep canceling on me, I'm sorry. Like, I appreciate you. I love the art. I love the craft, but I'm not going to sit down and talk to you because you don't respect my time.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm really big about that.
Yeah. I don't know if you already did with him, and I don't want to spoil it if you have or anything, but I know me personally, I really want to see Omen H come on your podcast. I want to see Omen H get interviewed.
He wasn't on my initial list, but I'm going to get to him.
For sure.
I really like, so the Lighthouse was the first time I got to see him perform.
Okay, yeah. He a good performer. The thing about Omen, I love his music personally, but I also recognize his music can be very aggressive.
It was a little bit of aggressive.
Yeah, I could see how like somebody wouldn't necessarily vibe out with it. I do. But there's a taste for everybody, you know what I mean? But the thing about Omen, whether you like his music or not, this motherfucker might be the hardest worker in the Wichita hip hop scene, I swear.
He seems like a really nice guy.
I mean, he's a very nice guy, super respectful. And I mean, he's been like consistently dropping music for years at this point. Like since before I even started rapping, before the WichitaPromo page, he drops every single month. There's projects coming out constantly. It's consistently good quality. And he's somebody that I go to constantly for like anytime somebody falls out of a cipher, I'm hitting up Omen because he's gonna have it to me right now. Like he's
very
always
responsive,
ready.
just like in the engagement group, and he's always down to do something.
He be working, he be showing love. I swear he's one of the guys that like I'm really trying to back as like this guy's gonna go anywhere he wants. He's gonna be as big as he wants as long as he continues.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get people, tapping in with him for sure.
No, for sure. It definitely seems like he's probably speaking on a lot of things from experience.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't know. I guess like for a lot of artists, music is definitely like a therapy and an outlet tool. So it helps process certain things that they've been through and what they've seen.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's aggressive now, but it might evolve into something else over time.
For sure.
He definitely seems like, again, he's a nice person. So
yeah, and he definitely has his versatility. I won't just act like it's all aggressive. He's got his versatility and everything. No. I just mean when you see him pop out and perform, he's usually very energetic on the stage. It's aggressive music. Yeah. The lyrics are a little rough.
You can tell he's going somewhere.
Like somebody who's never been around any of that, I could see how that would like worry them a little bit,
Well, I guess depending on what you're brought up around, like it might stop you from trying to dig to find that versatility based on like the first impression, which is like, that's not his problem, honestly. Like if you don't fuck with it, you don't fuck with it. And I would say that for anybody, like not everything is going to be for everybody. It's going to find who it's supposed to.
Yeah.
But I really like being able to go through people's like past work and just seeing how like they evolve. Like that's like a big question for me when I talk to interviewees. Like, how do you feel like you've evolved over time? In terms of like your lyric development, or if you're more hands on, like how you produce produce things and piece things together, finding your cadence and your flow, like
Yeah.
all of that. Like that's always really interesting to me.
I think two of my last podcasts, Caleb and Max, are two of the biggest growths I've ever seen of a musician that I've known personally.
I was really
If you
excited for
go back through
Caleb.
their old stuff and hear now, the
Uh-huh.
growth is insane, especially Max. Oh my God. I go back to like his old music and it's like meme
Yeah,
music.
because he was kind of a meme
Yeah,
artist.
yeah, for sure. Like I was listening to his stuff and his top songs are like Butter Dog, The Baby Car, and I was like, what the fuck? And then now you hear his new music on like his album Adderall. I texted
That was my
Max James.
introduction to him.
It's so good. So Damage Control, his album right before that was really good and really introspective too.
Mm-hmm.
And then Adderall was great, and then he dropped his Twin Academy, which was just really fun.
Yeah.
I listened to Damage Control and then Adderall, and like 2 or 3 songs from each of them played back to back. I texted Max like a week or two ago. I was like, bro, you just made me cry. Nobody's ever done that in Wichita before.
I'm leaking.
Like,
I'm
that's crazy.
feeling.
I was like, bro, you don't understand. Like, I don't feel like there's a lot of introspective, like personal music being released right now. And he let so much of himself out on that album that I felt it. And I had to call or hit him up and be like, bro, this was crazy. You just made me feel that.
I think that comes with experience.
Yeah.
I think like when we did our written interview initially, like you had talked about like,
Yeah.
you know, wanting to maybe explore vulnerability within music
Yeah.
at some point. I think for, you know, like you want to have like a certain level of relatability,
Yeah.
I think when it comes to like music, but I think it's like you put out music that you know is going to grasp people, and then you get to a certain level and then you can just start saying whatever the fuck you want to do. That's why like Tyler's Chromacopia, like that was probably his most vulnerable album.
Yeah.
You know, he came up from being like a total edgelord,
For
and
sure.
you can see like his growth and development as an artist. But he said Chromacopia was his most vulnerable,
Yeah.
and then he just put out like a dance album like after that, because he's just like, I'm probably never gonna be vulnerable again. That's the only shit you about to get from me.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
Definitely.
It's really hard to do, and that's where I say like people are not always good about like humanizing artists, you know, like there's this false sense of proximity because you put out content
Yeah.
for them to consume and to experience, and then they just feel entitled to like speak on your life and like degrade you and act like they know you, and it's just like, no,
for
like
sure.
you experience me in a certain capacity, but like you don't know me.
Yeah, yeah. I wish people were more comfortable opening up like that in their music in the city, but I understand why they're not too. For sure.
People are
It's tough.
traumatized, or yeah, like
Yeah.
they haven't even processed everything that
But
they've
like,
been through, so it's
you
kind of
can
hard
do it
to.
without sounding like soft or sad too. Like I
That's
think
true.
people hear me say that and they think you don't have to put out sad songs necessarily.
I'm in my emo era now.
Yeah, I think about somebody like 316 Zanny. Do you know his music?
I don't.
So he's in El Dorado and he's really dope. But he'll say stuff in his music where he talks about like sleeping on the floor and like growing up struggling and
Poverty.
shit. But it sounds dope as fuck. It's not a sad song in any way.
No,
It's
just
on like
real.
some hard trap beats.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you can say like vulnerable personal shit and not be sad. You know what I mean?
I think there just has to be a conversation about it. It's just
Yeah.
like if you don't, again, if you're not good at processing and speaking on things, it is going to
Yeah.
be hard to integrate that into your music if you can't even do that conversationally
Yeah.
to a degree. But like to your point, yeah, like you don't have to be overly like
In your
soft
feelings,
and in your
yeah.
feelings. Like you're just saying what it is. Like
Yeah.
I can be a very open person, and I think like sometimes I can kind of like throw people off, but it's just like I don't ever want like pity or sympathy. I'm
Yeah.
just like, it is what it is. Like this is what I came from, and you know, and just, you know, conversationally it's like come up, but like it's relevant to who I am as a person. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to deny who you are as a person when it comes to being an artist. Like people really do want that authenticity. And I
Yeah.
know that's another word that gets thrown around a lot, but like it is the truth. People don't want facades and characters.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. What do you think? I know you were talking about getting some producers on. What are some other avenues that you want to go with your podcast?
Oh my gosh. I want to do panel discussions really bad.
Yeah.
Again, with all different types of people. So either like in the video and like film sector, or, you know, music So be able to have the producers, the
Yeah.
videographers, the artists, maybe have like 4 to 6 people, have it set up, have like a certain theme and a variety of questions and just letting people like have at it. But I want like just super different people that come from different pockets because I
Yeah.
want not necessarily like polarizing opinions or anything, but like I just want people who are very like firm in their beliefs and are really good at like breaking shit down
Yeah.
that can kind of incite dialogue and get people thinking. Because my big thing, I feel like a lot of artists like coming up again, and I think I said this earlier, like they're really good on the creative side, but like they suck on the business side of
For
things.
sure. Yeah.
So I think like maybe getting people who like are doing that well and are on the sides of music where like you do have to activate your business self, I feel like that might actually help like getting people to frame things a little bit differently in their mind. But
Yeah.
um shit, if I could have access to something, like I wish I could do my own kind of drop down
Yeah.
mic type situations. Like I love
Yeah.
Tiny Desk. I love the color performances.
Yeah.
I know we've got like the Blue Room, like they do things. You've got stuff coming from like Come
For
Through
sure.
Tulsa. What is it? The Muddy Wear
Muddy wear.
Clothing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
they've got their own studio in the back. Creator Hub. They're doing stuff. So,
Yeah.
I mean, not that we necessarily need more, but I wouldn't mind trying my hand, and at least just being able to provide somebody a space to like do their shit.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. One thing I kind of hate is that we all say like, "Oh, I would love to do this type of content one day." If like 3 of us just came together, we
just
could
do
have
it.
been doing that.
No, literally. And
Yeah.
I think I don't know if it's the pressure to do things by yourself because you don't want anybody to like basically like cause issues. So like
I feel like it's a money thing. I feel like everybody wants paid from everything here in the city, and they don't understand that sometimes you just got to do stuff
right.
for free to create this lane. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Sometimes like almost every single lane that I have started, whether it be my 20 questions interviews, this podcast, videos that I shoot, anything that I've tried to do, it started off free. You just got to
Yeah.
do it at first.
Literally. So I nobody has to subscribe to this, but it's this idea that we all pull from a collective consciousness when it
Yeah.
comes to ideas. Like no idea belongs to anybody. It's just if
Yeah.
it comes to you, are you willing to execute it? And I've heard stories about Michael Jackson and Prince where look how impactful they were as artists, but they said with like Michael specifically, like anytime he had an idea, like he got in there. He got
Yeah.
in the studio immediately, was just grinding, and then he's one of the most celebrated pop acts of all time because of his willingness to execute and follow things through. So, yeah, I do think it's probably a money thing. Everybody wants to be compensated for their contributions and their time, but a lot of times, like, you are going to be doing a lot of free shit until
Yeah.
you develop a portfolio
Yeah.
that justifies people paying you big money. Like,
For
just
sure.
because you pick up a camera doesn't mean that you can just start charging somebody $1,000 for work when you
Yeah.
have nothing to really speak to your abilities yet. That's not how this shit works.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a very team oriented person. I can tell you are as well. So it's like you really do just have to find people who are willing to put in that work so you can make shit happen.
Yeah. For
You
sure.
don't have to do shit by yourself. Yeah, you're going to have to probably be out of pocket sometimes, but that's just a part of the game, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't got too much more to talk about. I know we almost we over an hour at this point. So,
I knew it.
is there anything else you want to talk about?
Um, Probably just a few shout outs,
Yeah, for
honestly.
sure.
So there is a Raffles in the City event coming up on August 9th. I
Okay,
think
yeah.
that's going to be from 4 to 8 out at Lola's Candles. And that was organized by Alan Garrett. People know him as Loud. He's a local photographer. And he is joining up with Rel from What Up Rel, a local photographer, Kaylin from Safe Spaces, Gabby and D'Angelo from Lola's Candles, Tasha Longnail from Painted to a T, Brittany Stewart from Beloved Artistry. It's going to be a very big networking type of event. They're going to
Yeah.
have some raffles, merch. Oh, I forgot somebody. My bad. Grayson from the Workshop Podcast.
Yeah.
That's a podcast that I've been tapping into a little bit here lately. Pretty dope. Yeah, definitely check in with them, show up. That's gonna be from 4 to 8 on the 9th. So I think that's a good opportunity. Like if you're wanting to meet some new people and start doing some shit.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of serious people out there, a lot of opportunities for connection. I also want to give a shout out to Curly Cam. She's a local skate instructor. I actually went to high school with her, but she's really into the quad skating and showing people how to like flow and dance on skates. So she does a lot of different lessons around town.
I've been seeing her pop up a lot.
She's dope. She's got such a good following right now, and I think she's got a partnership with Cherry Bomb Skates.
Yeah.
I would also like to shout out Nina from Nina's Apothecary. So that's my tea girl right now. I get a lot of tea from Spice Merchant, but in terms of like getting personalized blends, I go with her. She also does like hair growth products and other like beauty related services, but she's very knowledgeable. I shouted him out earlier, but Eddie Legacy, one of the goats in the city in terms of creative direction. We've gotten kind of getting closer like over time, and I really enjoy his mind and seeing what he does. Frankie and Eric from Running the Light podcast, they've been giving me a lot of opportunity with like shooting comedy shows, so like they have coverage. So I really appreciate that. I don't even know if they're doing their podcast anymore, but they are doing work in terms of trying to bring more comedy into Wichita. So definitely tap in with them.
Crazy.
I want to shout out my friend Zach Seipert. He's actually the stage manager here at TempleLive, and he is also the lead vocalist for the band Externus.
Okay.
They're a really good metal band. I think they're still working on finalizing their second project, but like that band has got such like, they're really great guys. Like they're probably like the nicest, and that's usually how it goes with a lot of metal bands. They sound like rah scary, and then they're like
super nice.
Miguel from Front Steps, congratulations. He just did a video interview on one of the news stations for one of the programs that he was in for business. He's doing a lot for the city in terms of like connecting people and putting people on. Nina Winter, very awesome designer, like clothing apparel designer here in town. Probably one of the sweetest human beings you'll ever meet. She does sewing lessons, so if you're trying to learn how to do like repairs and remixes of like old clothing, she can definitely help you out with that. I want to shout out Julian for doing his LED signage, and then he also has his basement venue called the Lighthouse. So if anybody's wanting a more like intimate show setting, or you're trying to do listening parties, hit him up, get some signage.
Place looks crazy on camera if you need videos.
It looks super dope. And then I also just want to shout you out again.
Appreciate it.
For all the hard work that you're doing. You may have been following Eric for WichitaPromo, but the man makes music. Go stream his shit. Sure. Do that shit. That's pretty much it. Thank you.
Yeah. I appreciate you sitting down with me and giving us the space as well. TempleLive. Make sure you tap in with TempleLive.
Yeah.
Check out their events. I know they got a lot of good stuff coming up.
Yep. Private as well as concerts. We got you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I appreciate y'all for listening. I think that's about it. That's another episode. Thank y'all for watching.
Thanks, guys.